Italy is overpowered, or at least they will be in this video. For far too long in the HoI4 community, Italy has been the butt of many jokes, whether it be struggling in Africa, being a liability when the Allies come knocking, or just being a general weak friend for the Axis. But this time it's gonna be different. Using a cheat mod, we are going to make Italy strong. And now that we've got this beautiful new focus tree and by blood alone, they should be able to flex their newfound strength on all who oppose. I am really hoping to bring more HoI4 content to the channel in the coming months, so I hope you guys are excited for it as well. If you are, please remember to like the video and share it with a friend who you think may enjoy some HoI4 content like this. Hearts of Iron, a beautiful game, different than EU4, but still a beautiful game. We're gonna load in here as Il Dulce, but we won't be playing as them. Make sure we have historical AI focuses on, and we're gonna load in. In No Step Back, Italy received a massive focus tree, and what we're going to do is we are going to buff them. This stuff right here, this is what we're looking for. I'll hover my mouse over them so you can see each of them. Feel free to pause if you need to, but yeah, clearly these numbers add up to be massively significant for Italy, and they are going to be a powerhouse, and they will basically be able to do whatever they want, whenever they want, through the entirety of this run. So what we do here is we type observe, go into our Drudernal mode, and we're gonna see exactly what happens. You guys know the drill, same as EU4, speed 5, and unpause. And right off the bat, the war in Ethiopia should go much smoother than usually it does, because if you don't know, the AI tends to struggle with the war for Ethiopia. Oh yeah, looks like they're fighting them with sticks or something like that, because Ethiopia is taking much heavier losses than Italy. Also, I cannot be the only one who thinks that this Sebastiano Visconti looks like Daniel Craig. I'm not the only one who thinks that, right? I mean, just look at this. He is definitely Daniel Craig. And with the Treaty of Gambella here, Italy has annexed Ethiopia. Well done, Mussolini. And after triumph in Africa, things are probably going to get a little bit interesting. Now, I should say, other than these cheat ideas, I will be touching nothing. It will be completely the AI, and I will have no say in any of these decisions that they make for these buttons. There's also this brand new balance of power mechanic, which from what I've heard at ParadoxCon is very moddable. So you've got the Grand Council Fascism as well as Benito Mussolini, and it has to be sort of balanced between the two of them. And if you get too high, you get certain malices, but you get extra bonuses. But then on the flip side, you get cheaper advisors, but you lose war support and stuff like that. So these things allow you to spend different types of mana in order to change the balance of power. So I think it's kind of like the monarchists versus the statists in EU4, if you prefer that sort of analogy. It also looks like the Alps have gotten a bit of a facelift now, and you can't just cross right across them as long as you have mountaineers. All the way over into Austria, looks like you actually need to use the choke points to your advantage. Oh yeah, that research speed bonus is definitely going to be helpful. Not even 1937 yet, and we've got all three of these technologies already unlocked. If Benito over here can keep up the technology advantage, then it seems like it's only going to be a matter of time before we can start rolling through their enemies. Oh yeah, their production is definitely churning. 80% from the bonfires, so that's pretty solid. 143 guns every single day, and they only have 5 factories on it. That is insane. Oh, and take a look at this. We no longer have the little black things with the question marks on it. We actually have proper artwork for modern air fighters. Chef's kiss, just absolutely beautiful. The Culto of El Dulce. Looks like Benito is going to be getting a bit more in the balance of power, as well as gain some modifiers to party popularity and some stuff like that. Nationalist Spain is victorious over here. No surprise, that happens every time. Seems like a year or two ago, every other patch, it would be like nationalists and or Republicans would win. It was kind of random. But since La Resistance, it seems like the nationalists basically win every single time. Take a look at this. Captured by the Soviet Union, captured by the Soviet Union, the Soviet Union. I don't know why Italy is so obsessed with sending their spies to the Soviet Union, but they're not getting any of them back. So probably not the smartest move. Just look at this paranoid son of a gun. You think he's going to let any spy hang out in his nation? My goodness. Oh yeah, 472 guns per day with 100,000 just chilling in a stockpile. Safe to say that production is not going to be an issue for Italy. All right, so this is definitely new. Looks like Montenegro has popped out and is a puppet of Italy right next to Albania. So Zog is gone, and these guys are now a protectorate under Italy. Interesting. Also, it appears that Germany has gobbled up Czechia, and Slovakia is a puppet. It's April of 39. So you know what that means. Time for war soon. Italy has joined the Axis. No surprise there. Danziger War is almost done. Poland has joined the Allies. You know what that means. Time for war, friends. Though, obviously, Poland is not really going to put up much of a fight. But this isn't really what we're looking for here. Germany has capitulated Poland. Meanwhile, Italy still hasn't joined the war. They're at peace. So, I don't know. That's the thing. I'm assuming that once the Germans start going through the Benelux, that Italy will be called in. Only a matter of time. Here we go. Now the Italians have joined, and I imagine that they're going to be able to push through Nice and Savoie down here pretty quickly. Poor France. Yeah, they definitely never stood a chance. Between the Germans in the north and the Italians in the south, yeah. And somehow Vichy France ended up being this weird stuff like this, where Italy took a large chunk as well. Yeah, I don't know. This doesn't look right, but okay, man. Well, you know what they say. The trains do run on time in Italy. Mostly because there's one to put on literally like every single track every few miles. Seems a little bit of overkill, but you know, hey, who am I to judge? They have so many guns that they're not even producing them anymore. A casual 361,000 guns in surplus. I think I would feel pretty comfortable with a surplus like that. Big Bertha on the way. Safe to say that Italy has won the war on the African front. They have completely pushed the UK out of Egypt as well as Sudan, and the Germans have taken over most of the land over here in the Congo. So it looks like all of these British guys are probably not going to last much longer. It appears that Yugoslavia has been pulled into the fray. They're getting rolled pretty quickly. It doesn't seem like they have any chance at all. Just look at all these little regiments popping around. Between the Germans and the Italians, there's just like, oh, absolute chaos over here. Absolute chaos. Seems like the Winter War is over. I was going to say, Finland was kind of getting overrun, so not quite as smoothly, quote unquote, as it may have went in the real world. Oh, okay, this is a new one for me. Italy has declared war on Turkey. Turkey has joined the Allies, and Germany has joined. Apparently, they were justifying. So, yeah, that's a thing now. Looks like they are going to be able to invade from roads over here, some straight crossings over here. So it looks like they're going to be able to get over into Anatolia pretty easily then. Oh yeah, they are definitely getting some men over here as well. And a focus for war with Greece. Safe to say they're probably going to push those claims. And there's that one. Italy has declared war on the Kingdom of Greece, and they have also joined the Allies. Only time will tell what will happen with these people over here. But I have a feeling it's not going to be good. It's only a matter of time before the Greeks capitulate, and the Turks are absolutely getting gobbled up. Look at that. Istanbul, definitely not Constantinople, has fallen. And yeah, they're getting pushed back extremely quickly. Greece has capitulated, so there's one down. And there's Turkey's turn. Hey guys, rate my Italy. What do you guys think? Funnily enough, a couple of the states have been occupied and transferred over to Albania. So Albania has actually grown by 2 whole states. Epirus and Kosovo are indeed Albanian. Which it does make sense when you think about it, because the Albanians were the ancestors to the Roman Empire, which technically makes them like Italy's dad. You see those little hats falling? Yeah. Cape Town, the last holdout, but doesn't look like they can put up with the Germans here in South Africa. And with that occupation, Germany and Italy control most of Africa. Vichy France obviously controls a bit, but you know, only time will tell what happens to the Vichy French. Currently, the only other major left in this war is the United Kingdom. There are a few naval invasions set up, but it looks like they are not able to push, as it seems like naval supremacy is an issue for them. Somehow there's a Japanese-French war, but more importantly, it looks like we've got another contender. The US has joined the Allies. So Japan is over here, and the US has decided to join on this side. It might have been Pearl Harbor. I actually missed the event. So either way, they're in the war. Oh, no. Sea Lion happened, only it was the Italians. It is a total bummer that they let the US join before they actually came over here, because they could have finished the war before the US joined. At the end of the day, they're going to capitulate the UK, and they will have missed the US joining by like 6 months. Tragic. But it's only a matter of time before Germany sets their sight to the east, and, you know, we all know how the Eastern Front went for them in the real world. Italy rocking a smooth 64%, only losing 333,000 men. To put that into perspective, they have caused over 500,000 casualties for the United Kingdom, and they're about to capitulate them. And there it is, the UK has capitulated. Italy is in charge. It appears in this timeline that Italy rules the waves. And of course, India is now a great power, so the war will drag on. And I haven't shown this yet, but meanwhile over in East Asia, Japan controlling most of Indochina and most of China for that matter. They've also landed men down in the East Indies as well as over here on New Guinea. Allies are not looking too good. And I have no idea how this is a thing, but it appears that the US has already lost 500,000 men just to Italy. Oh, wow. Italy has 3.74 million manpower just in the field alone, with another 2 million in reserves. I'm curious what this conflict with the Russians is going to look like, especially since there's a border over here with lots of tanks on both sides now that I mention it. Oh, this is an absolutely massive yikes for the US. Look at this encirclement, and they're about to get pushed off of this naval base, and yikes. So before this, they've already lost 800,000 just to the Italians. That number is going to shoot up pretty quickly here. Almost 1 million. Oh, just look at these little regiments scurrying across the Sahel, trying to get into the action as soon as possible. More American armies here encircled. There is so many American armies down here. What in the heck are they doing? It's like they're just trying to get their men killed. 2 million casualties, and they've been in the war for like 6 months. And it's only going to get worse with this big old 26 stack down here. My God. 34 regiments encircled. And yeah, look at the hats falling. Oh no. They are losing so many men. There was at least 250,000 men in that pocket. Oh, mega yikes. These guys have literally no equipment basically across the board. Though luckily the USA still has a lot of manpower that they can, go waste in Africa. Still nothing compared to the Italians with almost 4 million in the field and another 4 million in reserve. Oh, Germany, it's 1943. Time to completely sabotage yourself. Yes, honey. Though this area down here is really where I want to be paying attention, because if Italy can get some breakthrough down here, I have a feeling that Russia will definitely crumble because they will not be able to defend on multiple fronts like that. And I just wanted to point out how crazy it is that Germany, who is absolutely dominating, has 474 factories compared to Italy's over 600, with almost half of them being millis. Yeah, safe to say that the infantry equipment and whatnot is not going to be an issue. These guys have 13,000 trains in surplus. Why you would need that many, I have no idea, but the AI loves them. Well, it looks like the Germans are currently carrying the war against the Ruskies. How about that major power, Bulgaria? Legendary. Well, apparently I was just kidding, because Italy just went through and absolutely curb-stomped a few Russian armies and have inflicted over 1 million casualties, catching up to the Germans. And meanwhile, they're taking half the losses of the Germans. And a bit unrelated, but Japan has capitulated China, and the reorganized government of China, an imperial protectorate of Japan, is strong over here. And now that means India over here is surrounded, and we are now over 2.2 million casualties caused by Italy, and the Soviets are about to capitulate. Oh, hello there. Looks like things might be getting a little interesting in time. And here we go. Some beautiful, beautiful border gore, courtesy of the Treaty of Vladivostok. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of puppets. It appears that Italy actually got most of the subjects. Yeah, it looks like Germany got a couple, but for the most part, ooh, that's actually a really cool flag. Look at that Caucasian emirate. But it looks like most of them were actually going to Italy. So now with the Ruskies out, it's going to be India and the United States. Let's see if the AI can get over to the US though. So funnily enough, I don't know why, but they decided to leave the Soviet Socialist Republic of, Russia here. Joseph Stalin is still in charge. They are independent communist nation with their capital over here in Gorky. Well, it appears over here in Italy, we're going nuclear, baby. 5 reactors built, 1.3% per day. In 23 days, we're going to have our first nuke, and I'm curious to see where it'll go. And leave it to Italy. We've got a couple of naval landings, and it looks like there's actually some more about to happen literally right now. So, yeah, the Dominion of India getting picked apart by, you guessed it, shittily. Got some boys over here in Burma, some boys over here, lots of boys over here. It's only a matter of time before India capitulates, and then the United States is going to be the final boss. Well, guys, I think it is about time to call it. All of these guys, Italian Turkey, Italian France, Italian India, they've all popped out because of these collaboration governments, meaning they have been occupied for years now. And I have not seen a single attempt to land on the United States mainland, so I think it's safe to say the US is pretty safe. That being said, Italy has 1.4 million guns in surplus with 13 million men in reserve. Almost half of that, 6 million in the field alone. So safe to say Italy is the #1 great power, so to speak. They have 32 nukes, and I have not seen them use a single one, which is a bummer because America has got 22 of their own. But obviously, taking over Russia was a huge thing. Naval invading on Britain, that's a big deal. And they even invaded Turkey and dominated them there. Also, kicking the colonial powers out of Africa is a pretty big deal. I think we got to give Japan a special shout out as well, dominating Eastern Asia. And in due time, they would probably be able to capitulate Australia as well. But if you guys enjoyed that and you're excited to see some more HoI4 content in the future, please make sure you leave a like on the video because I really do appreciate that. If you have a friend who likes HoI4, share this video with them. I really would like to grow the audience that watches games other than just EU4 on the channel. That being said, subscribe if you haven't already because there's plenty of content you're going to be missing out on if you are not subscribed. If you want to join my Discord, my subreddit, my Twitter, those things are all linked in the description below the video. And for early access to each video that comes out on this channel, you can check out my Patreon. As little as $5 a month will get you early access. But that's all I got for you for today, guys. Till next time, stay chill.